Yo, VIP. Let's kick it.
Hi, and welcome back to Luke's Garage. I'm Jason, and this is Luke's Garage. Thanks for coming back and seeing me. I brought some more Hot Wheels down from the garage today. Today's episode is going to be over Hot Wheel eras. Eras consist of stuff missing wheels, missing tampos, extra parts not put on. There's even eras upside down and backwards in the package. Those are pretty much eras that I've collected also through the years, but I'm going to end up letting go. Basically, if it's not something major like missing a wheel, missing tampos, missing, something, windshields, if it's nothing major that you can't tell just kind of like just looking at it, then I probably won't collect it. There'll be some exceptions, I'm sure, but you know how that goes. So let's go ahead and get into some of the eras. And y'all can let me know what y'all think about the eras as we go through in the comments. But we'll go ahead and get started. I'll move the camera so we can get a better view. We got a Track Stars 2012. This is the Solar Flex, and it's got all small wheels on it. Then we got a 2004 Bling Series Avalanche here. You see the grill right there. It's seen better days. That's pretty cool. And next we got the 80s Decades. This is the 85 Honda Turbo 2. And you can see that the red tampo there, you can actually see the turbo where it's supposed to actually be sitting is actually moved up into the turbo. So that's pretty neat era. Well, we got the old Torpedo Jones. This one here is got Torpedo Jones actually laying around in the package. I know it's an era, but this is pretty common era for this casting because he just sits there and there's a post that he sits on. Then we got a Porsche Carrera GT first edition, and it's supposed to have paint over the rear engine, and it doesn't have any paint over the rear engine. So we got the fast gassing, and it's actually missing the rear wheels on it. So that's a pretty cool era. This next we have a Camaro Z28 from the Camaro series, and it's actually got the wheels reversed on it. It's got the large wheel on the front and the small wheel on the back. That's a really cool era. The base is not backwards like some of them are, so that's really cool. Next we got a tuned 83 Silverado, and this one is actually just a casting area right there on the door. And so maybe small, minimal to most, but I actually collect that casting, so any error I can find on it. Next here we got the Hot Wheels High Bus, and it's actually missing the windows. Should have had like a yellow window in that, so that's pretty cool. Next we got an Olds 442 from Muscle Mania. It's actually got two different rims on it. Next we got a BMW M4 here, and the rear tail lights and emblems have all been dropped. They should be up here on the actual tail lights instead of down there on the bumper. Next we got a Toe Jam. This is from Highway 11, and it doesn't have the flame tampo that goes right here. You can kind of see it here in the picture, what it should have on it, but that's pretty cool. Next we have this 2012 Camaro Zamac, and the windows on it are not put in correctly. You can see where it's supposed to go around the post in the back, and the whole thing is pushed down in the front and up forward. So that's pretty cool. And this one here, this Tropicool Series Baja Bug, has all small wheels. Now, is it a variation or error? I don't know to say, but I've seen a few of these with all small wheels, so I would almost say it's a variation more than it is an error. So it's supposed to have a larger wheel on the rear. Next, we got an 81 DeLorean. This is from 2010 new models, and it's missing the gold on the back wheel. That's cool. And then we got a Speed Spider from the Street Beast series here. As you can tell, it was riveted a little bit crooked and off. You can see where the actual punch had hit it and missed it, and it created craziness that you see here. Next we got the 49 Merc. This is a hard nose series from 2004, and you can see the drop of paint there on the rear fender, and it's that green paint that they grinded it with. Next we got Roo Ride's Honda S2000, and it's got a black speck of paint there on the back of the car. You can see there on the side. Next you got a 67 Pontiac GTO missing the front wheels out of the Muscle Mania series, and that's cool. This one's not that big a deal. It's just sideways in the package. It's a track manga from the spoiler alert. You can see it's just in there crooked. It's neat looking to look at like this. I'm sure if you hit it hard enough, you could probably flip it around. So that'll be a variation that I'll definitely be selling. Next, you got a fire truck here that you can see the hose tampos are actually down and off the hose. Starts out good here and then it slants downward. So that's pretty cool. And here we got a 2-pack with the custom Volkswagen and the Midnight Auto, and the custom Volkswagen is just upside down, so I'll end up letting that go. Nowadays it's pretty common to see them flipped around and stuff where they get shaked around. Here's another one that's flipped up on its side. This is the La Trucka. No major deal there, but hard to get this one flipped back up on its side, so I'd say that it may be an opener for somebody. That's pretty cool. We got a 68 Hemi Barracuda here from the Muscle Mania series from 2012, and it's got all small wheels on it. The back wheel should be a larger wheel than the front. That's pretty cool. And next here we got the Volkswagen T2 pickup, and the side tampo there is started off straight and it kind of goes down the body of the car, as you can see, and that's really cool there. Here we got another Volkswagen T2 pickup, and this time the Volkswagen symbol and the front tampo is low on the vehicle. Let me put it up against this other one. Here's so you can see the side tampo. You can see that it's straight here and it comes down here. Then on the front of this one you can see that the Volkswagen symbol is straight where it's supposed to be, and then it's dropped down on this one. So I collect this casting, so I collect a lot of errors on that one. All right, we'll get on to this next box. I like to put my errors in protector packs whenever I can, and so some of these are in protectors. If you can't see them well, I'll take them out. But this first one's a Volkswagen Bug. This is a black all wheel. Actually, this is from 1990, come out in number 65, but the back chrome is not completely put on the wheel. It's not that major of an error, but I thought it was pretty cool because it's on a old blue card. So that's cool. And here's a go-kart, and it's missing the steering wheel if you look in there. I've actually got a few different of the go-karts missing a steering wheel. That's another casting that I collect all of them. Next we got a Hot Wheels Workshop. This is the passing gasser, but it's got all small wheels. Usually the rear wheel is really big and fills up most of the fender well on the back, and that's a really cool era. And here's a dump truck from the Silver Series 2, and if you see there that the whole body's been frosted. So they had some problems with some of the chroming processes back in the day, and sometimes they'd come out and be frosted a little bit, but this one's really heavy frost all over the whole body, so I thought that was a really cool era. Here's a pretty wild one. Here's a Magna tuner missing all the wheels, and that's pretty wild. And next we got the 55 Chevy Bel Air Gasser. It's actually missing the front wheels, and this is one of the castings that I actually collect every variation of, and I've got them all loose upstairs except for, of course, I don't open arrows. Next we got the 70 Plymouth Superbird here from 2012 Mopar Mania series, and it's got reverse wheels. It's got the large wheels on the front and the small wheels on the back. That's a pretty cool era. Next here we got another tuned 83 Chevy Silverado, and it's actually missing the chrome on the front wheel. And this is another casting that I collect. I collect all the 83 Chevy Silverados. And next, this is a really cool one, new for 2016. This is the Honda Monkey Z50. I don't know if you can see the error on it or not, but the gas tank's actually put on backwards. You can see the little symbol there where they've put it on backwards. And that's a really cool era. Next here we've got a rigger motor. As you can see, the front wheels are in the package but not put on the car, so that's pretty cool. Next here we got a Flintstone mobile here, and it's actually upside down in the package. The whole insert's been put upside down on that one, so that's actually a upside down one that I'll end up keeping just because I think it's pretty cool. And here we got another Volkswagen T2 pickup. This was a 2017 new model, and you can see the tempo is going down like the last one that we looked at. and that's pretty cool era. And we got another Volkswagen T2 pickup, 2017 new model, and you can see that the front windshield was not put in correctly when it was put together, and it's actually coming out the back. I have a lot of this casting because I also collect that casting. And here's a cool era. This is a 96 Nissan 180SX, but as you can see, the whole back end is messed up. Looks like when they went to rivet it there on the front, they caught a little bit of the front post and broke it, and then the rear post never got through, and it ended up pushing the whole car up and making it wild. That's a really cool era. That's the kind of stuff I like to find. Here's another 55 Chevy Bel Air gasser, and you can see right there in the back where it's actually cracked completely in two, and that's a really cool era to me. Stuff you don't see a lot of. Here's a really cool era. This is the 96 First Edition VW drag bus. It's actually supposed to have some flames that finish up back here, and it's missing those flames. So that's a really cool era there. Next we got a 70 Dodge Charger. This is from 2013. This is a Fast and Furious tuned version, and the front wheel is half chrome and half black. So pretty cool era. Next we got a 55 Chevy from the Hot Wheels Flames series, and you can see that it also has the back wheel jacked up. Whenever they put it in, it caught the body and it folded it up. That's pretty cool. Next we got a 07 Chevy Tahoe. This is from the Hot Wheel City, and the whole side tempo looks like they've re-tempoed it 2 or 3 times, and it's actually raised off the car. It's a pretty wild looking era. In person you can really tell it. I hope it shows up here. That's a cool era. Next we got a Real Rider here. This is the Malibu Grand Prix, but if you look close, it's actually on a Street Rodder card. So that's pretty cool era. A lot of people might overlook that because that's the only difference is that you'll see is this little writing here. Next we got this 2008 new model. This is the Canyon Carver. You can see there that the front wheel has been completely broke off in the package. So that's pretty wild. Next we have this Action Command. This is a Troop Convoy Blackwall, and the issue with it is the actual canopy is not put on correctly. You can see that it should be snapped on to a couple little snaps in the front, and it pushes down on it, and it didn't get put on correctly. Looks like somebody was asking $4 for it at one time. So that's a pretty cool era. These next eras are some of my favorites in my collection. These are 1970 Dodge Charger Daytonas from the 96 First Edition. Every one of them has the same era, but different wheels, so every one of them is a variation. This is the gold lace wheel, and you can see that the tree never got broke off of the window whenever they put it together. And every one of these cars has that era. This is the 7-spoke gold, and this is the razor wheels, and every one of them has that same era with the tree left on the actual car from production, and then it got painted red with the actual car. And you don't see that very often, so anytime I can find an extra piece left on the car painted, I'll pick it up. And these three are awesome to have because you got 3 variations with all 3 the same eras. That's really cool. And this is a 07 Chevy Tahoe. This is similar to the last eras we just looked at. It's actually got a piece of the tree left on from production. Got painted yellow with the car and left on the truck. That's a really cool era also. This is the hauler. It's got 30th anniversary right there, but it says 1998 to 1998. So that was a pretty common era back in the day. This one here is the Nissan Skyline Treasure Hunt. This is the regular one. And the windows, I don't know if you can tell that or not, but the windows is not put in correctly, and it's actually pushed down and down to the side, and then you can see there in the back the way that the Nissan's written crooked on the back window. It's actually written straight, the window's crooked. So I'll probably keep that era. The next one here is the 40s Woody. This is from the Hot Wheels Garage from 2010. The big error on it is that the surfboard tampos are swapped. this surfboard tampo should have been over here, and this one should have been over here. You can see the paint running across the top here, and you can see how small this one is, and like I said, these are swapped, so that's really cool. And I don't believe it's supposed to have windows, but this one doesn't have any windows. I think it doesn't have it because of the way that this clips on, but that's really cool. Alright, next we got this 2008 new model Ferrari FXX. This one here is not that huge of an error, but you can see the white on this side of the wing, but you can't really see the white on this side, so it missed it. So I'll end up selling it. It's no big deal on that error to me. This next one here is a 87 Ford Cogsworth, and the base here is completely been put on, and it's jacked up in the back there. But if you look through the window, you can see that there was a piece of post there that never was cut off whenever it was put together, and it's pushing the window and the whole interior down. So that's a really cool area to me. Next we have this Mod Squad. This is a 52 Chevy truck, and it's supposed to have the tampos here like it shows on the picture, but they don't have the tampos on the side. It does have them on the top and across the bed, but they missed the tampos on the side. Usually whenever you find one that's missing tampos, you're not missing all the tampos. It's always just missing on one side or maybe across the hood. So that's a really cool area. Here's one that's not that big a deal. This is actually inside the box. It looks like something dropped on the inside of this blister and melted it, but it's not on the outside, it's on the inside, so that's pretty cool. Not that big a deal, so I'll probably end up getting rid of that one. Here we go. We got a 2008. This is the 62 Chevy, and if you can see there that the windshield is actually pushed back. On some of these first models, that was pretty common on these for Arrows, and the windshield's supposed to come all the way out, and it's actually pushed back, and you can see a gap a little bit right there. Anyway, I have that one, and then I have this one as the new model, and it's also got the same exact error on it. Windshield's pushed back, not put in the correct place, and it's also a 62 Chevy from the 2008 new models. So those are cool. Here's a Ferrari 575. This one actually come out in 2006, and the wing there has not been put in correctly, and it's hanging out, so you can kind of see the way that that one's not riveted in. That's a pretty cool arrow. And this one here is pretty easy to see. It's 64 Chevy Chevelle, and you can tell the back wheel there has not been put in correctly, and it's got the whole car kind of put up on its side. That's pretty cool. Next we have a 2006 first edition Ferrari F430 Spider, and the error on it is that there's paint left on the headlight whenever it got put in and never got broke off. So that's pretty cool. Pretty straightforward on this one. 69 Corvette Racer from the Night Burner series 2016. It's got two different wheels. Should have those 5 spokes on the front also. That's pretty cool. Here we got a 69 Corvette from the Hot Wheels showroom, and it's got 2 different wheels on it also. Hot Wheels used to have mostly wheels that matched all the way around, but now I know a lot of castings don't even have that. Here's a really cool one. It's a Hummer H2, missing the front wheel. It's got the side and it's got the axle. It's just missing the wheel altogether, and that's pretty cool right there, so I'll definitely end up keeping that one. Next we got the 70 Camaro from the Hot Wheel Flames, and it's got 2 different rims on it. Should have gold PR5s all the way around. Here you go. Here's a Lotus Esprit S1 from the Hot Wheel Exotics. The whole back end is raised up and not riveted. You can see the rivet there. Whenever they riveted it, wasn't all the way down on it, so that's pretty cool. This one may be a little bit harder to see. This is the Bugatti Scrambler. It's a 2021 Moon Eyes edition, but the whole body is not put on correctly. It should be slid forward more and down. It's very hard to see that one, but it's pretty cool. Next we got a couple of Ford Escort Hot Wheel Speed graphics, and looks like both of these are got 2 different rims on the back. Should have the 5 spoke all the way around, and you can see that those 2 have 2 different rims on the back, so that's pretty awesome. Another Ford Escort here. It's got 2 different rims. Got a solid black rim on the front. They didn't get it chromed, from 2015. That's really cool era. Here we got a 68 Plymouth Barracuda, You can see that it was not put on correctly. Whenever it riveted, it was off to the side, and the whole back end is smashed down and crooked. It's really cool. Here's a Muscle Mania's 2012 Ford Falcon, and it's got two different rims on it. It should have the 5-spoke all the way around, and it's pretty straightforward on this 2016 Renault. Don't have the back wheels on it. Pretty cool. I like that kind of era. Here you go. Here's it says Tough Customer 489, but it's actually a Nissan 300Z. Anyway, I'll try to put a picture of what it should be in there. So that's on the wrong card. It's pretty cool. Next, we got a 32 Ford from the Hot Wheel Flame series. This is all large wheel. Should be a small wheel on the front. Here's another 32 Ford. You can see that the tampo on the side here, as you can see here, it should be straight with that door line. It actually goes down and off the car. So crooked tampos are really cool arrows to me. Next, we got this Triumph TR6. Got your solid black wheel on the front. Didn't get the chrome on it. We got a Lamborghini Urus 2017. It was a 2020 first edition. As you can see, whenever they riveted it, went through the base there, wasn't on there correctly, and we have mashed up front end. These are some of my favorite type arrows. Got a Dodge Dart here. It's supposed to have the gold around the front and the back. Doesn't missing it on the back there. It's pretty cool. Here's a Honda Odyssey van from 2016. You can tell it's not been riveted correctly either, and the whole base is crooked and it's got a big gap in it. So that's cool. Next, we got this Hot Wheels Workshop Aurora LX, missing the front wheels all the way. Next, we got this 70 Plymouth Barracuda. It's got a piece of black plastic around in the package. Not for sure what that's from, but that's cool. Next, we got an off-duty here. It's missing all the tampos on the side. You can see it should have had some graphics there, and it doesn't have any on the side there. So that's pretty cool. We got a 70 Plymouth Barracuda convertible. It's missing the windshield altogether. Pretty wild looking. This is what it should look like with the windshield in it. Not much to it. It's pretty cool. Next, we got a Volkswagen Beetle. This is a Zamax from 2021, and the windows are not sitting in there correctly. And that's pretty cool. Then we got a Zamac here. This is from 2021 also, but if you look at the top right here, it's been smashed before it was ever put in the package, which is pretty wild. Here's a 55 Chevy Bel Air. You can tell that the wheels were, whenever they put it in, got clung and kind of brung it up there on the side. So that's pretty cool arrow. We got a 82 Dodge Rampage here. It's missing all the side tampos. It's got the hood, so missing all the sides. It's just solid red. Pretty cool. We got a treasure hunt here of the Diora 2, and the tampos on the side kind of hard to make out, but whenever they applied them, look like they double tampoed it and kind of all crooked and crazy. So kind of considered it an arrow. That might be one that's on the fence. I agree. Here we go. We got a Mercury Cyclone here with two different rims. Should have, I believe, the rear wheel all the way around, but that's cool. Next, we got this 52 Hudson Hornet here. This one actually should have had gold across the front, which it does, but the back's not even a real gold. It's almost, you can see the plastic through it. Kind of neat area. Next, we got a 52 Hudson Hornet. It's got a die area here. It's got a big chunk out of the window, and that's a pretty cool area. We got a 72 Ford Ranchero. Same thing as that 55 earlier. The wheel was put in and it's hung up on the wheel well there, and it didn't go in correctly. We got a 55 Chevy here from the Hot Wheel Flames, and the window is completely crooked, not put in correctly on that one. That's cool. Here's another 55 Chevy, the black one, and the back wheel there on the back side has been put in, and it's completely crooked and got it kind of going up. So you have one with the front wheel, and then they got one with the back wheel. Two different, same casting, two different years, two different colors, but same issue with the wheels when they go up in there. One of them is a hang and kind of bend down. Kind of a common error on them. Here we got a Buick Grand National. You can see the black goes over the top. It's really thick here, and it doesn't go over the top of this wheel well too well. So not that big of an error. Next we got a 2006. This is a Datsun 240Z, and it's got a big black spot here. This one's one of those areas it's hard to tell without having one that's correct next to it, so that's probably one that I probably won't end up keeping. Here's another 72 Ford Ranchero. This one has two different rims. The front rim are on the front on this one. So next we got this salt shaker here. It's got no wheels on the front. Kind of neat era. Next one, here's a Matchbox. It's supposed to have been a tractor in this called the Destroyer, but it's actually this old truck, and that's pretty cool era. Probably won't keep it. Then we got this 32 Ford Roadster here, and it's got one of the rivets that's come off in it, and it's got a lot of dirt off in this package. I don't know what was going on whenever they made this one, but that's pretty cool. This is cool. You got a fast gas in here. It should have a Union 76 sign right here, and it's missing that tampo altogether, so that's pretty cool. See, it's got it on the other side. So here's a Hot Wheels video game, Heroes Urban Agent, missing the front wheels. Here's a short card, Vampira, with two different rims. Got a 5-hole and a 5-spoke gold there. Here's a Surf Crate, and it's got a black wheel on the back, and it should have chrome on the wheel. It's pretty cool. Here's a Surf Crate with all small wheels. Should have that big large wheel on the back. That's pretty neat. Oh, here's another Surf Crate. This one matches this one. You can see what size wheel is supposed to be on the back, but this one's missing the front wheel. So small wheel on the back on this one, missing the front wheel on that one. That's pretty cool. Here we got us a Lotus Sport Elise with the interior kind of messed up on it whenever it went to rivet, so the whole thing is bent around and jacked up. That's pretty wild. Next we got a 2-timer here, missing the front wheels. We got an Extreme, missing the front wheels. Next we got this 2011 Astro Funk. It's got the bubble there, but it's missing interior. Should be a chrome piece there, and then the bubble should be sticking up. Actually, I got another one here. This is the same Astro Funk, but the front wheels, whenever they put it together, evidently got into the package without being riveted on. But you can see the interiors on this one. Let me get this other one. So you can see that the interior, there's a chrome piece here that's not missing, that holds this bubble up, and that's pretty cool. It's like reminds me of the Brat Fink Orbitron. It's called the Astro Funk. It's really cool. I'll probably end up keeping those. So, and then I've got an empty box. So we'll get back over to the video now. I just wanted to show you some of the errors that I've collected. And that's all the errors I'm going to go over today. If you like what you're seeing, please like, share, follow, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. I'd appreciate it. Leave a comment of what your favorite error is, or what you feel like are errors or maybe not errors. And if there's anything you want to see or know more about, let me know in the comments also. But I appreciate it. I've had a couple of videos that's had errors in it. One of them in particular was right before I went to the Hot Wheel Nationals. You should check it out. Anyway, that's all I got today. I appreciate you coming back and seeing me, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Thank you. Check. The big wheels are on the front, the little wheels are on the back, but the back. Went down the wrong way. Oh, hey, sorry about that. Ooh. Give me one more drink of that. Oh. All right.
Don't worry, folks. After all, it's only a cartoon.